following announcement has been paid for by the Put Me Over podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Put Me Over podcast, episode 136? 7? I'm losing count. I'm your host, Andrew Gomez, a.k.a. The Mez, joined today by my lovely, wonderful, beautiful co-host to my left. He is the coupon cutie, the $100 man, Bobby Diaz.
What's up, baby? Let's talk some wrestling.
And also joining us, you know him, you love him. He is the 10th one of the world, the puncher of walls, Dickless himself,
Not really.
Richard Garcia.
What's up? What's up, y'all?
And also joining us, you know him, you love him. He is a WWE simp. He is the Pinoy powerhouse, Byron Pagdalao.
What's up, guys? Almost left myself on mute. That would have been amazing.
You would have been like every like a plus 50 that is trying to use Zoom.
Like, how do you do this?
I'm not a cat. Anyways, a lot to get into this week, guys. We have a lot of news. FastLane predictions coming up later in the show. New Raw team tag team champions, and WrestleMania is just around the corner. But before we get into that, you know we got to give it up to our sponsors. You know we got to give it up to our friends at Grudge Match Brand and Grudge Match Brand Apparel on Instagram. Make sure you go to their Instagram, turn on the notifications. Bobby's showing off his beautiful Hitman shirt available for purchase. And also, if you go to their website, there's some more Grudge Match merch. Watch the YouTube so you can take a look at this. Use our promo code PUTMEOVER for 15% off your entire order. They got the Bad Booking shirt. They got the they should make a Bad Bunny shirt next. Vader, La Parka, you name it, they got it. Also, make sure you go to our website, putmeover.com, for all of your Put Me Over podcast merchandise wants and needs. If you want a t-shirt, you want a hat, you want some stickers, we got them. You need them. Make sure you come to our internet webpage and make sure you use our promo code Kofi4Ever for 15% off your entire order there. Yeah. Those are the plugs. We got to wait for this music to die down. Actually, I can just kind of fade it out. Ooh, this soundboard, though. This soundboard, though, makes everything so easy. So, yeah, how you guys doing?
Doing well.
Hanging in there.
Solid.
I actually got my first COVID vaccine this week. So, halfway there. Got to wait a month, and then I can get my second shot, and then wait 10 days, and then I can just start, licking stuff.
There you go.
Get back to normal.
Hey, Bobby, you got your vaccine too?
Touch a handrail and then put my hands together and then rub my face.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got mine too, so got lucky. And
Nick, you got yours too?
I haven't got it yet. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'll wait till I'm actually due.
Yeah, I mean, people with like overline health issues are able to get it. Dodger Stadium, I can attest, is there actually is a fine oiled machine down there. Shouts out to the crew working at the Dodger Stadium vaccine appointment area. But yeah, everyone's good. Cool. Byron, no hernia. You're good.
No hernia, thank God. It's just ingrown hair that like got infected, so I'm taking an antibiotic.
Ouch.
I know.
Ouch.
What's way better than a fucking hernia? Imagine if it's a hernia. Fuck that.
No. Not only do hernias suck, but they linger too. Like you can, even if, because my mom had it too, where like they had to like cut her open and then put some mesh, because basically your insides are going to your outsides. Right, so they like put in like a mesh wall to like hold it all together. Well, that shit ripped on my mom, so she needed to like go back and get like double mesh. Yeah, yeah. So hernia, definitely glad you don't have to deal with that. But yeah, a lot to get into this week. Let's get into it. Let's get into the news and talk to our friend Dick for some Dick's dirty news.
What? Fuck.
Take it away, Dick.
Well, before I get into wrestling, I just want to mention something real quick. What's been going on the past week regarding these attacks that going into the Asian communities. I just wanted to mention that real quick. It's really sad what's been going on.
It's awful. It's awful that we're having to live like this, where racism is just everywhere. Yeah, the guy that went out there and targeted people because he had a sex addiction.
In Atlanta,
with that.
In Atlanta, where eight Asian women died in a massage parlor in Atlanta, and that really became the tipping point. It's really sad with what's been going on. Just not just anti-Asian hate, but just hate in general. This year has just been ridiculous. It's quite sad. I don't even have words to explain what's going on, but my heart just goes out to those who are being victims. When you're out there minding your own business and you're getting attacked for no reason, just because of your skin color or for being a certain group, it sucks, and it bothers me. It really does. But my heart goes out to all those that are affected by this.
Yeah, it was just another bitch ass white boy incel who couldn't get laid and had some Asian fetish, and like he just fucking couldn't take it. Fucking piece of shit.
And they were so quick to be like, no, that's not a hate crime, but like it has it checks all the boxes for me. And then you just murdered people. Why am I listening to you and believing you? Oh, he said it wasn't racially charged, so let's believe the murderer. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, it's a wild world we live in.
I think he needs to be held accountable to the fullest law. I don't think he should breathe another breath of free air. Just go spend the rest of your life in prison or whatever they're going to do to you in there, because this shit needs to stop, and we need to start setting precedent for these kinds of acts from I'm just going to say it, white America. White America. Just, they love their guns, and they're not afraid to use them just because, it's really fucking disgusting, and it needs to stop. All right, I'm off my soapbox now.
Yeah, man. Everything you guys are saying is true. It's heart wrenching, man. When you see that stuff, and it sucks to like we're in 2021 and we're still dealing with this stuff. And just when you think we're getting past it, it's popping up again. And everyone thinks that just by removing Trump was gonna fix everything. It obviously isn't. And I think there's a lot of like reflection that us as Americans need to look back on ourselves and realize what's happening, and just need to grow from it. It's really disgusting.
Yeah.
So back to the good stuff.
Let's get back to the wrestling.
Let's talk about shit that doesn't really matter at all.
Yeah, nobody listens to us for our political beliefs, anyways. But I just wanted to mention that real quick. Yeah, I know, right?
Thank you for bringing that up, Dick. Though
it's something that has been bothering for the past week or so. But going back to the wrestling, WWE has been. We were talking about this last week, Drew. Where we were talking about how WrestleMania was going to be 45,000. At least that was the plan that WWE had wanted. And they did go on, tickets did go on sale. Unfortunately, it wasn't 45,000. They did release 25,000 tickets each night. And the pre-sale was on, it was yesterday, as a matter of fact. And it looks like a good portion of those pre-sale tickets are gone. So today was the day where the tickets were officially on sale. And I'm almost certain that they are sold out. In fact, I haven't checked yet, but let me just double check right now before we go any further.
Are they releasing more tickets, or is this it?
25,000 is the cap from when I last checked.
Because I heard they were going to be trying to go well past that into like the 60,000s a night.
That's what I thought too.
Because the original plan was 45 last week, and then tickets were originally supposed to be on sale Tuesday, but then they stopped doing. They postponed it, thinking that maybe there would be some changes to it, but it appears that it is going to be 25,000 as of today. But let me just double check.
It's still a shitload of people.
I mean, you think about it, like when like these things are rare, like this is a rare commodity now. Like 20,000 people, and you get to be one of those people in the audience.
Yeah,
like, dude, a lot of people will pull the trigger on, trying to do it.
Those I was there WrestleMania shirts are going to be fucking gold. That's going to be an NFT. He could take a picture of me holding my I was there WrestleMania shirt. Make a gif out of it. Sell it for millions.
I am a fan of the pod seating too. That is like the ideal way to do it. Like, imagine us if we were like 3 of the 4 of us are vaccinated, and even if I wasn't, if I knew who was going, like if it was just us 4, if we bought a pod for ourselves, like a 4-person pod, dude, I would totally go and feel totally safe about it because like I was at the fucking the supermarket yesterday and that shit was packed as fuck. So I mean, ideally, what's the difference, right? Like as long as you're being as safe as you possibly can, I would totally go if we like we discussed before the show. If I lived in Florida, I'd be like, fuck it, let's go, let's buy a pod. And it's
what would be cool is if they did sell like group tickets for pods. Like, oh, how many people are you having going? 5? Okay, we'll give you a 5-person pod. It costs this much.
That's how they're selling it. You could
really
yeah. So that's why I think it's fantastic. Except there's like single seat tickets, but you're in the
there are single seat tickets.
Yeah, the loser seats.
You can buy a 6-person.
No friends tickets.
Right. So they're selling. My friends didn't want to come with their tickets. But like,
I have no friends.
They're like a 6-person pod is like $1,000. So if you want to go with 2 people, you could buy a 6-person pod. They're selling it as a pod.
That's dope.
That's dope as fuck.
That's
And I think that's the
smart.
best way. Imagine how fun that is if you're in your pod, rocking, and it's like live in front of you.
And like, if you're in that pod and you can like cheer and act like it's a real show,
right? As much as you want. It's like being in your bubble, like at the stadium. So that's what I say.
It's smart marketing, dude. Like they know what they're doing.
Did you guys hear that? They're urging people not to scream on roller coasters.
My hand can't go through my head.
In Japan, they were encouraging those to not shout or cheer for the New Japan shows.
I'm hearing at New Japan shows.
Yeah,
I was talking about Disneyland, but yeah, New Japan. I mean, that makes sense because they didn't really. They've always been kind of tame, right?
They're this crowd. They're like
they're the
right.
Oh,
because they were doing that in December when.
Nope, can't do it.
Can't do it. Not now, Bobby.
Young Bucks.
Young Bucks.
I did that for 3 hours straight when I went to Double or Nothing.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Sorry people that were there around.
That was so fun, dude.
My friends on the other side of the stadium could hear me doing that.
Oh man, that was fun though. Good time.
That was fucking great. What else we got, Dick?
Oh man.
Okay, so going back to the WrestleMania tickets, what's up with that?
So it is 25,000 each night. There was no way they were going to have the full stadium. There was just that was not going to happen. Because I think the Super Bowl was about the same, right? 25,000 tickets.
Yeah, and it seemed pretty packed, didn't it? When you guys were watching it, I was like, that shit's loud as fuck in there.
Yeah, so there was just I didn't think there was gonna be possible for the stadium to be completely open and have both nights sold out. Even though in Florida it is pretty much go as you please. Pretty much, there's no restrictions.
I mean, it's spring break central over there, dude. That's where everybody is.
Yeah,
It's the Wild East, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy in Florida. I mean, it's Florida. What do you expect?
My question is, now that they can't really sweeten the crowds how they want them to react, how are crowds going to follow what they've been listening to this past year? Or are they going to go back to hijacking shit?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm excited to see what happens, especially with a smart WrestleMania crowd.
I mean, you think about it, like that was Vince's like dream, is just to be able to create the crowd how he wanted it.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And now we're going back to it. That's gonna be tough.
Imagine the crowd flips, and by WrestleMania, Apollo is the one that's over, and they're gonna start booing Big E. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it could.
Damn, that's crazy. You know what? This is
or booing and cheering Roman.
Right. This is gonna make WrestleMania, I think, one of the coolest WrestleManias for that reason. Like all these fans have been like at home cheering and kind of building their own opinions, but we're gonna see how it's gonna blow off right now. What if what if Bobby Lashley becomes the biggest face in history when he comes out?
I was gonna say that right now. The dynamic with Bobby Lashley, and because
That's the one.
Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley is going to be a rumored match, and in all likelihood that is going to be the WWE title match.
I thought they booked that on Raw already.
Did they book it
over Twitter?
Yeah.
They booked it over Twitter.
Okay, so that did happen on Raw, and that's supposed to be Drew McIntyre's crowning achievement because he was robbed of having his moment last year when there was no crowd.
Yeah,
This is going to be his moment right here where he's going to have a crowd if he wins. We don't know if he's going to win or not. So that's what appears to be the case. And you never know. The crowd may flip on Drew and cheer for Bobby Lashley. That's another possibility that you brought up, Byron.
I would love for the crowd to boo Drew McIntyre, and his story going forward would be like, I did this while during the pandemic, and this is how you repay me. I think that's the way it needs to go.
That's money too for both of them because they both they won the pandemic. These two are the biggest winners of the pandemic, and they're set up for the future for a long time now, which is good.
But you know what though? I don't think the crowd will turn on Drew.
He had a good run, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think they'll turn on him.
I love me some Bobby Lashley.
Personally, I would be cheering Lashley.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lie,
seriously.
dude. I love his story and his everything. They turned him around so quick,
And this
and
shit, big tits.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like
It's
exactly what we wanted when he entered the WWE.
Yeah.
When he came back,
That's
it
what
was
they should have
exactly what we
done.
wanted. So I would cheer him. I would boo Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
They're gonna like audible. Referee's gonna be like, guys, flip it.
double turn. Because when you think about it, Lashley had the harder road to get to this point.
Yeah.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely.
They both didn't do shit. Left, came back bigger stars, but when Lashley came back, he was not a bigger star. They drove him straight into the ground. He had to build himself up big time. So when you think about it, Lashley has the more redeeming story out of the two.
Most definitely.
I mean, shit. Last year was him and Lana.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Ugh.
Let's not go back to that.
Let's not go back to that. And since we're on the topic of WrestleMania week,
Nobody got time for that.
Sorry. A little late on that one.
it's no worries. And since we're on the topic of WrestleMania, we did get an announcement for another inductee into the Hall of Fame. Eric Bischoff has been announced. Thoughts on that? Thoughts on?
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I think it's long overdue.
Yeah.
Easily. Guy's done so much for, wrestling, and he was in one of the biggest eras. So like he should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago.
It's funny that like he was trying to destroy Vince, and now Vince is like, you tried, kid. Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Yep, he's an asshole, but like his impact on the wrestling business is felt still. So like, well deserved, I guess.
Going in with the class of 2020 as well, which happens to be the NWO.
Which is weird because I feel like he deserves to be in that group more than by himself.
You know what? You could argue both ways with it.
I mean, he did a lot behind the scenes, obviously, but
Yeah, you
as
could
an
argue
on-screen
both ways.
character, that Eric Bischoff, I hated the guy. That guy was a piece of garbage to me.
Yeah.
And he was so cute, too.
Easy E.
I was like, is this John Stamos running the NWO?
Yep, for real.
It's getting ready to start hearing him sing Elvis or some shit.
He was a charming fuck, dude. Annoying too. You could tell he was an annoying person to deal with.
I feel like
Most
when he
definitely.
was that age, he was probably like, yeah, I'm a prick and I don't care. I run shit. You know what I mean? Like Gordon Gecko type of like, this is my shit.
Billionaire Ted gave him the green light for everything too.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't tell me nothing.
I run this shit.
Well, that's good. Congrats, Eric Bischoff, on that. What else we got, Dick?
Well, last week we were talking about Andrade.
We had a long conversation about Andrade.
We were talking about Andrade, He was unhappy, and he did request leave. Man, I can't even talk right now. Last week, you and I were talking about how Andrade asked for his release and was denied by WWE. And it was, and further reported in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Charlotte did try to set up something with Andrade to create an angle with him, but that request did get denied, which is pretty funny because if for someone without like Andrade, and Andrade's a talented dude, he's there and you have nothing for him, why keep him?
It's because they know he's going to go somewhere else and prove WWE wrong, make WWE look bad by being a bigger star wherever he goes. He was already a giant star when he came in.
Huge Mexican star.
So I mean, that's what I would think. Is that's why they don't want to let him go. But then give him something. Then if you know he's talented, let him do stuff. And that's crazy that Charlotte doesn't even have the pool to get him to do stuff.
That's for reals. You'd think that someone like Charlotte with that stature would be able to pull strings, and she can't. And she can't even save him. It sucks. Zelina Vega, she's gone, and it's like, where are these stars at? Like Ricochet and Andrade and
Aleister
Black, like three like major stars, major awesome wrestlers, and they're nowhere to be seen. They're not putting any good stories. They just keep running the same stuff, and it's like, well, why don't you use these guys? And
another one is Keith Lee. We haven't seen in a while. I'm not sure what's going on with him.
I hope he's healthy.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Keith Lee. He's been conspicuous by his apps. He's been conspicuous by his apps for a while.
He did post something on his Twitter. I'll find it. If you want to keep talking?
Yeah, go for it. No, it's funny because I don't know what's up with him. I mean, last reported was that I think Mia Yim tested positive for COVID, right?
Right.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a while back, right?
That was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 days ago, he posted. He changes his Twitter handle to Impatient Lee, and he said, "I hear many of you. I see many of the messages. One day, I will explain it all for the ones true to me. For now, know that I more than appreciate the continued support." So,
wow,
it's kind of ominous, but it's a statement.
Hopefully, everything's good, especially on the health side of things.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's a lot back to the Andrade thing. There's a lot of layers to it, right? Because there's so many ways to look at it. Because he is a big star. He's obviously probably a top 10 talent as far as in-ring ability. But to be honest, he needs the Zelina Vega thing hurt him a lot. And it's hard to kind of repackage that because him and Zelina were a good package.
They were money.
A fantastic package. But it really is in the landscape of WWE. It's kind of hard to find a place for him, especially in the main event, because he's done everything a lot in the mid card. I think it's just a matter of either him waiting his turn, because there's so many people who waited, paying off now. Someone like Apollo, remember, like a month ago, we thought he was going the way the Flash Funks and all those people just going to be Jobert for the rest of his career. But they've done a really good job of rebuilding who he is and his character, and he's in a good spot now. But yeah, it's just a matter of sometimes it's just patience. Not everything comes right away. It's really hard because there's so much talent in WWE, and I think WWE knows they got something with him. They just don't know how to utilize it right now. There's not a place for it right now.
One day Vince is going to be like, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we fight over a lawnmower. I have Andrade's next storyline.
How old is he?
Mid-30s?
He's in his early 30s.
Prime.
So he's got time. He's got a little bit of time.
This is prime.
Which is prime. That's prime. That's prime wrestling. That's prime. Those are your best years. And a lot of these guys are in their 30s. And that's another issue, is that many of them are at their peak. I'm the other day I was wondering, how old is Big E? Big E's 35.
Holy shit.
I didn't know that. I thought he was.
He's our age.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And the thing about there's the thing about that too is now wrestling is so much different as far as your primes, because back then when you were this age, your body was so tore up from the roids and all the lifting, and they were legitimately bigger guys. Like, remember we were talking about how we all missed the steroid era because it was just funny to watch. But like now they're more athletic. There's way better medicine advances in workout. So I think like AJ's the prime example of that. He's in his like 40s and he's still prime AJ. I think, you know what I mean? He's not TNA AJ, but still, or New Japan. No. But he's still at the high level where like if you need a big time match, he'll give it to you. So I think the same could be like everybody else's primes could be moved down a little longer now because of that. They're not like 6'4", 345 pounds of, you know, altered beat of steroids. So,
Altered beat.
Yeah.
Rise from your grave.
Another thing to consider as well is the style.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of the guys' styles they're detrimental to their bodies, and you don't know how long they're going to last.
Right.
I just think in the whole spectrum of everything that's happening with these guys, it sucks that WWE can let you go, but you can't let go of the contract that you're in if you're not being used. Like, dude, when's the last time we saw Ricochet? Like, when's the last time we saw Andrade? When's the last time we saw Aleister Black? Like, it sucks that these guys are sitting on the sidelines in their prime, in their best shape, in their best years. And I mean, I'm obviously, you know, this is me as a mark saying this, like they're making millions by sitting on the sidelines, so it doesn't even matter to them.
Well,
but personally, as a fan, it sucks that they can't when they want to leave, they can't. They have to.
I'd argue that time is more valuable than money, really, when you think about it. Because you got to remember they're athletes. They want to win championships. They want to have a legacy. And not a legacy of who can eat how many chicken wings in the back and catering. They want to have, you know, a record to stand by. So I don't know, man. I see the argument for, well, they're making money, who cares? But to these guys, they want to perform too, which is why you still see like a Zlatan still going out there and giving it his all at 50 years old. You know what I mean?
Well, Zlatan's close to 40. He's if not 40 already.
40,
right?
I think.
He's probably like 41.
Yeah,
he hit 40 this year.
But
so
yeah,
I want to flip the switch on you guys and see, because I posted that tweet from what's her name? God damn it, Mickey James.
Yeah,
and we got a lot of varying comments in our comment section that some people don't want them to wrestle past 50 or past 40. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Are you in the vein of, hey, if they can go, they can go, let them go past 50?
Right.
If they can wrestle, why would I not want to see that? Exactly. I've invested this much time in them. Why would I just be like, all right, you're 50 later? Like,
right. I get the same argument too. Like, I want to see a 40-year-old AJ because AJ's AJ. I don't want to see a 40-year-old Kurt Angle. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, there's a difference, right? Like LeBron James at 36. LeBron James at 36 and like fucking Dwayne Wade at 36. There's a huge difference. I don't want to see LeBron James at 36 still play. Or Dwayne Wade at 36, nah, go in the commentary booth.
Because the difference between the two is that with Dwayne Wade, he's had a history of injuries. His body is not the same as LeBron. LeBron, for the most part, has taken great care of himself over his 18-plus year career. So he's been very fortunate as well, where he hasn't had any major injuries. Dwayne Wade, you know, he's had some serious injuries which hampered his career throughout the years.
Exactly.
With Kurt Angle, he had a debilitating neck injury back in 2003 where it looked like doctors were telling him, hey, you can't wrestle again. You cannot wrestle anymore.
And he was like, what? What do you mean I can't wrestle anymore?
Yeah.
I can wrestle.
Like, he tried this experimental surgery and he was able to get back in the ring, but he was not the same. And over time, his body started getting beat up. And you look at him now, and the guy, I mean, he still looks good physically, but just like he's not the same guy as he once was.
Yeah. I wanted to see what you guys thought about that because we did get some very varying comments. I mean, dude, Mickie James, she's still one of the best women in the ring. I don't care what age she is. She still goes in and puts on a clinic, like better than half that roster, dude.
How old is Mickie James? How old is Mickie James?
She's in her early 40s.
Yeah, she's in
Is
her
she
early
in her
40s.
40s?
Yeah, dude.
Well, look at it like this. Asuka's almost that age, right?
Yeah.
A lot of another thing is that a lot of the talent is in their mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
So like, give them if they can go, they can go. Fuck it, like shit. It shouldn't be an ageist or sexist business on that. Like,
I'll give you another example. Or go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I think that's perfect.
I want to give you guys another example. Is Victoria? She made her return to the Royal Rumble this year. She's 50.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's 50.
Fuck. Yeah, she
looked in phenomenal health, dude.
She belonged.
She looked great. You know, she looked great for her being in the ring and not being in WWE for such a long time. I mean, she was wrestling in Impact. She looked great and she moved pretty well. She could still go.
Yeah, just slap some Austin knee braces on her and she's good, dude.
Now Austin, that's another one.
We don't want to see him back.
You had your last match at WrestleMania in was that 24?
Was that 24?
No.
19.
19.
I was gonna say 17. 17.
It was 19. That was his last match.
And I'm fine with it. You know, if you can't go, you can't go. You know, right off into the sunset, cowboy. But if you can go and you still can look at Rey Mysterio. Yeah, you don't want to see that Rey Mysterio anymore. Get the fuck out of here with that argument. Yeah, and Rey Mysterio's beat to shit.
Yeah. But then you have the other side of the coin with Undertaker. It's like
yeah.
Well,
Undertaker's close to 60. Yeah. And Undertaker's a big dude, and the older you get and the bigger you are, it catches up to you over time.
Big dudes especially have a way shorter shelf life than a smaller guy. You know, you got knees and backs and so many other things that can go wrong with your bigger frame. You got more bones. I don't know. That's what my mama says.
Your bones are bigger.
Mama said that alligators are so mad because they got all them teeth and no teeth brush to wash them. Something like that.
Gotta love mom science.
Mom science. Wow.
What else we got, Dick?
But yeah, that was that I thought that was interesting. That was reported in the Observer. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And we'll talk about NXT when we get to NXT.
Okay.
I think we'll talk about that. Let's just get into the show. Let's get into what we talk.
Let's do this. Let's lead with this because, and I'll start it off because I'm the biggest AEW hater, and it's been a bad week for all the stuff that I like to hate on. Quick intro. What do you call it? That DC movie. I'm a big DC hater. But that Snyder cut is pretty damn impressive, so check that out. So that got me like, oh shit, I can't even hate on that. It's really well done, good storytelling. It's long as fuck. It's like a WrestleMania Jace, but like, but it's really good. But like, AEW probably put on their best match, or I think, in my opinion, their best match ever for AEW. I think this is what they should be doing because. It looks like they're trying to like sign big stars, but you can't like do that against WWE. You have to just build your own niche and build your own stars. And I think this was a start of like this is arguably their best match. I think they're definitely best women's match because their other women's matches were not good.
The Britt Baker Thunderosa match is what you're referencing,
right? And yes. I think that was by far the most entertaining AEW segment / match of the year.
What's crazy to me? I love the match. It was more of a death match than the barbed wire death match.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was more tasteful. It was
more tasteful.
Wow. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right. That was more deadly than
it was overall better.
I was clinching the whole time, like, oh God, no.
Because you know what's funny about this week's Dynamite was that it wasn't very good, and I wasn't really paying attention to most of it. And I was ready to write it off, but then once I started, hearing people saying like, "Oh, you got to check out Thunderosa and Brit Baker," and I forgot that was gonna be the main event. So when I finally watched it, I was glued. I was like, "Holy shit!" Like this, you got to give it up to Brit Baker for putting her body on line, and Thunderosa, she always delivers and. It was just phenomenal. By far the best women's match in AEW history, easily.
Arguably their best match period, to be honest.
AEW's had some great matches as well, so that's up there too.
Yeah, that Young Bucks versus Hangman and Omega was fucking awesome.
One of the best tag team matches of all time.
Yeah, that match was wild, dude. I just like when she poured out the tacks.
Yeah, just when I thought like, oh, this match can't get any crazier, she pulls out a thing of thumbtacks and they're rolling around in it. Like, oh, stop it! No. And then the power bomb. It was nasty. What was it? She gave her her finisher off the apron through a table.
That got me shaky too. I was like, bitch, grab her tight. Grab her tight.
Those are some good brothers working that match. I'll tell you that. And Thunder Rosa came out looking real strong, wins the match. And I thought it didn't do any disservice to either girl. They're both shown in a brighter light and a better light, I think now.
Right. And I think that's one of those instances where wins don't matter sometimes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everybody, I think if anything, Britt Baker looks better. Like she's more elevated than Thunder Rosa from that match, in my opinion.
Dude.
Britt Baker didn't have to win that match
at all.
Yeah.
And she still technically, in my opinion, won that match because even her ring psychology with those tags, like to jump on what Drew said, like it was way more bloody, and it was like they had the same ingredients as a death match, but just used them way better, more tastefully, and just put the right amount in the right spots. It was perfectly done. I was like, holy shit, this is a good match.
And the fact that Britt Baker took the time to know her face was bloody and look right at the camera and smile. Like,
boom.
Mm-hmm.
This girl is a professional, dude.
She gets it. And to top it off, this has been a storyline that's been developing for 6 months.
Yeah. Long-term story rising.
Long-term storytelling. Now, I just hope that they don't have a series of matches after this and that they both go their separate ways.
I think the winner of this is going after Sheeta now. So we're going to have Thunder Rosa and Sheeta.
I'm fine with that.
Which I'm down for. Keep in mind, Britt Baker broke her leg last year. Before that, she broke her nose. She's been through some shit. And I can honestly say, without a doubt in my mind, she is tougher than most guys out there. She's tougher than me. That's for sure. I would not. I would break my leg and be like, all right, I'm done wrestling, guys. I'm out, dude.
Right.
But she's a badass, dude. And this is like her Becky Lynch moment. If anything can get close to it, it would be this.
Good for her.
We were talking about this earlier, and Thunder Rosa wasn't known in the wrestling like TV series like before this, like before AEW. She just barely started, and she's such a star, dude. She's a stud, and
she's been around for a while, actually.
Yeah,
she's been around for a while, but not on major televisions. Like she was on NWA, but like not many people watch it. And now she's on this big, starlight in AEW, and they shined her. It looks she looks like $100, dude.
Keep in mind, WWE had a chance to sign her, but they wanted to sign her as a referee, and she's like, fuck off, I'm not going to be a referee. I'm a star. And she came out here and just delivered like crazy.
Good for her.
The other match I thought was great on the show was Cody and Pentagon. El Cero Miedo. Great opener. I thought it was a great match. And I love that they have Pentagon with a translator now. He was a Spanish commentator. I just love the way
it's Alex
Abraham.
Yes.
He's so dope the way he like smiles when he says, "Oh yeah," and Pentagon says he's gonna rip your arm off so you can't hold your kid anymore. Like it's so good. People were afraid that
my only pet peeve about that match was the ending. Was after Penta snapped Cody's arm and Cody rolls him up with that same arm.
Yeah,
for the win.
That made no sense.
Yeah, I think that they were well past the time limit, and they were like, "Hey, let's take it home. I got to get that win." And they just rolled it up, and that was it. It was a very sad ending for a great match, for what should have been a great match. Right?
Good match, but I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, that's just stupid psychology. You have a messed up arm. You're using both arms, and then you sell the arm after.
I mean, unless as long as you sold it after. I mean, I don't know. I can't make.
I wasn't a fan of that.
I thought the same thing. The other big storyline coming out of AEW was the Pinnacle. People were afraid that, this is just another 4 horsemen. Well, MJF came out and he delivered a promo of the cinch. I was glued to this TV while this man was talking. I went from being addicted to looking at my phone to I can't even pay attention to what's happening on my phone. What is this guy talking about? I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this faction can do, and hopefully they can, go crazy.
I'm excited to see what Jericho and all of them end up doing, because he put them on blast.
Oh, he said something about his hairline and talking shit about his pecs.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's such a dick, dude.
He's cutting deep.
He is. I mean,
Jericho was probably laughing backstage for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's a good sport. He has to be a good sport.
He's a professional. But yeah, this is exciting because you went from the inner circle. They just flipped them into baby faces, and now we have a bigger heel team. This could be, a blood and guts match for sure.
I was about ready to mention that.
It's either this blood and guts or because they still need to do that show, or this, the implosion of the elite that's going on too.
Yeah, the Bucks turned away from the Good Brothers and Omega. They didn't
tweet them. Yeah, it's great. This is great.
So many stories that are being told in one show that's only 2 hours,
and they're all going somewhere. I feel like it's not like a waste of time. It's not just a bunch of rematches. Like everything means something.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other company.
Real quick, you guys really like.
Go for it, Byron.
Wait, you
but
guys
Byron,
really
I know
like
you had praise. I know you had praise for AEW, and I'd love to hear it.
No, I praised. That's what I'm talking about. The Britt Baker match was great, but everything else was kind of dry to me. I'm not a big fan of the Pinnacle, aka the 40 Horsemen, as I call them, because there's so many people and old ass motherfuckers.
That's five.
Pinnacle vodka, right?
That's $9. But
they do really need to pick up Sean Spears' stock, though, for sure.
Yeah, I don't get it doesn't seem terribly threatening or cool yet. You know what I mean? Maybe it's Sean Spears, or maybe it's that they have the 2 oldies with them.
FTR and Wardlow can be the power, and then you got the Brain with
Tully Blanchard,
Tully and JF, and then Sean can be support. I don't know.
Yeah, it does nothing for me. I need to see a match or something big. It's just I get it. MJF is doing his thing though. As a faction as a whole, it doesn't really interest me.
Okay.
I agree with Sean Spears. He doesn't really do anything either. He's just there because he's Tully's guy as well, and Tully's also managing FTR. So that's the connection, and also to help get him over eventually. Will it work? We'll see. We'll see down the road. MJF, he's gonna, I'm intrigued to see. He doesn't really need a faction. He's more of just himself, and he fucks over people. But I'm interested to see where this is gonna go down the road.
And he's better than the Miz. He's got it all, dude.
No, the Miz is the 2-time grand champion. But real quick,
my God, that's not even a real thing.
real quick.
You guys ever think weekend?
Go for it, Byron.
Did you guys ever think Sean Spears, even in his heyday, was a main eventer? No. No, even at his peak, I would never. He had a hell of a theme song.
The 10 thing was
the
cool.
10 thing got over, but there was a shelf life. It wasn't going to last forever.
Yeah,
he was
I agree.
mid card at best, and even now, I don't even see him being like mid card, lower mid card.
I never expected him to be top tier to begin with, and with him being in this group, that wasn't going to be the case.
Yeah,
because MJF is going to be. To me, this is what I think is going to happen. To me, the breakout star isn't going to be him, but Wardlow.
Well, it would make sense. Wardlow is the guy.
I think they're going to build Wardlow up to be like the upcoming talent, because if you look at the formula of the Four Horsemen, you have a main eventer. The main eventer would be MJF, and even then, I think it's still too early. But then you have an up and coming talent, and I think that up and coming talent is going to be Wardlow, and then you have the tag team with FTR.
Yep. Yeah. And then whatever Sean Spears does.
Yeah, I think Sean Spears is just there. It might help him. We'll see. We'll see if it is going to help him down the road.
What's funny is I think Solomonster was talking about it, how this is super long time story booking, because if you remember back in the pandemic days, MJF and Sean Spears were like buddies betting on the matches.
That's right.
So they're buddies already. They've established that. Anyways, AEW's awesome. We got to keep the show rolling.
There was one more thing that I wanted to bring up was Gage.
Oh, God damn it, yeah.
He thanked like Sting, and he said like, even without the bat, you're still one of the best. And
he walked out on Team Tez.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what is going on here? I feel like the team didn't really know that he was going to do that, and it was very polaring. Like, I was like, what?
They kept telling him like, shut up. What are you talking about? He's like, nah, man, I got something to say. And then Miro's on his ascent now.
Yeah,
we don't have time to talk about
going
it.
on.
Couple things happened on Raw this week.
It's about time.
Do you guys want to talk about Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose?
Definitely not. Although I was watching clips of Mandy Rose's Tough Enough days, she was always pretty damn good.
Yes,
she was.
Her and Georgia were both my favorites when they were doing that.
They were definitely damn good. But I guess we can kind of get into Raw when we go into the FastLane stuff, because I think there are some things that are intriguing. Because under the radar, I think Sheamus is having a good run coming back. Even that match with Drew a week ago, or 2 weeks ago?
That was a couple weeks ago.
That was a pretty good match. And I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I could honestly see him being in a big match at Mania, whether that be in the triple threat with Drew or Bobby. So that's gonna.
We don't really have to.
About that when we get to FastLane.
We don't really have to talk about Raw, because we can just talk all the storylines leading to FastLane.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You want to talk NXT?
Which I want to save I want to save that for SmackDown as well, like, because I have my thoughts on FastLane and what's going to happen down the road.
Perfect. We'll just do that. Yeah, we'll combine it with FastLane. But yeah, anything big on NXT? I know
NXT. Yes, NXT. I want to mention. It was reported on Monday that there was a huge COVID outbreak. And whatever was on the show that you guys saw on Wednesday, I didn't get a chance to watch NXT, by the way. That was not the original plan. So
really.
It had to change. I mean, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, they weren't on the show, although they were in their homes they were filming a segment. Those were among the most noticeable absences. From what I counted, it looked like maybe 15 people might have been affected by this. Not saying that they tested positive or they have COVID, but it definitely changed the feeling of the show.
What's crazy is people that I follow on social media in NXT, they're always doing stuff. They're always around people. And I'm not surprised by this.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what exactly happened or what transpired, but apparently what happened, one report or one rumor, I should say, was that they were moving rings on Monday, and I think it might have been Monday or last Monday or so, but the people that were moving the rings were not wearing a mask, and that might have caused it, and that might have caused where one person got sick, and it might have caused a couple others as well, and they wanted to play it safe. But
classic,
whatever we saw on Wednesday, that was not the original plan.
So there was a couple of returns. Jordan Devlin is back. He's going to go against Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar.
Santos Escobar.
Santos
Basically,
Escobar.
to unify the Cruiserweight Championship.
So that's a big one. He gave him a headbutt that busted him open legit, which was pretty tight. And then you have the returning Walter coming back, which is super exciting. It looks like we're gonna get him and Ciampa coming up. Maybe at Stand and Deliver, starring Edward James Olmos and Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yes.
LA Knight made his debut. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't. It wasn't Nakamura's debut or fucking Kevin Owens' debut.
His strength is definitely in his promos for sure.
Absolutely.
And Karrion Kross and Finn Balor are gonna get it on. Send and Deliver. I think that's what they're gonna go for. To find out, I think Karrion Kross is gonna get his title back.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, I don't see Finn holding it on any longer. We'll see what they're gonna do after.
Finn low key has been like the best run of his career.
Oh yeah,
in WWE.
He's killing it, man. Good for him. Like he's putting on some fucking show-stopping matches.
Yeah,
and obviously
catering to NXT and just tore it up.
Yep. And Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly is going to be a pretty big match, Stand and Deliver. So
okay, I wanted to talk about this for a second. They had like a real life situation with like police involved. When's the last time you saw people like get arrested and they lower the window down so you can like yell things at the person that you're mad at? I just don't like when WWE does these kinds of things where like that would never happen in real life, but they're in a real life situation. It's very jarring to me.
It's kind of fun.
WWE-ify it.
Of course. For the drama.
I mean, it helps with the drama for sure, but it's like,
I don't know.
I've never been arrested before and they roll the window down for me.
See,
it would have been nice.
Hey, can you do me a favor and roll the window down? I got something to say.
It's kind of hot back here.
Oh,
can you roll the window down?
Can you roll the window down? I'm gonna throw up.
I just ripped one right now.
I can't. I'm wasted right now, officer. Can you roll down the window? Need some fresh air.
Sure, buddy.
You got it.
Maybe if I murdered 8 people, they would be nice to me.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Jesus.
Right. They don't understand I was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Bad day.
Oh, it's so infuriating, dude.
It's so stupid.
All right. Let's talk about the speed bump on the road to WrestleMania that is FastLane. This pay-per-view, it's funny because they aren't even building matches for this. They're building matches for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the feeling I got when I was watching SmackDown last night.
This doesn't, I mean, I don't know. This is on their pay-per-view list, but this, like, they're already like, I want to, like, with the AJ Styles and the New Day match that they announced. They didn't announce that for FastLane. They announced that for WrestleMania. So this is totally in the way. It's fucking shit up.
I'm looking at the card.
Well, hi, Mark.
I have the card pulled up.
Oh, you got the card?
Yeah, I have the card pulled up. One thing I mentioned was that when I was watching SmackDown, it was preparing more for WrestleMania than FastLane. FastLane is the last event that is going to be on the WWE Network because after that, WrestleMania is going to be on Peacock going forward.
Which I got kind of mad at Peacock because if you go on their app and you type in WWE, you get like eight results, and that's all they show you. There's actually a tab you can scroll to, and it's kind of the same thing, but like as far as like vintage content, they really don't have anything. The furthest they go back on Raw, which I liked going back and watching like the first Raws. The furthest they go back is 2008. So not a fan of that. I understand that they're going to probably be rolling more stuff in, but I feel like it should have been a seamless transition from one thing to the other. Unless their servers just can't handle the millions of hours of programming that WWE has that not a lot of people watch.
Honestly, it's because they announced it a couple weeks ago and they're like, oh shit, we got to actually get this going. I didn't think they were going to have their entire library up on Peacock on day one. It was going to be a, gradual transition over a period of time.
They'll probably use it as a selling point too. Like now available, like
Oh yeah,
Classic Raw, like
WWE superstars.
Right. So,
Like I think their selling point or the main concern was to try to get as many eyeballs onto WrestleMania this year. And
Yeah.
Peacock, there's more people that have a Peacock subscription than a WWE Network subscription.
Yeah, I mean, there's not going to be an influx of people subscribing to Peacock for WWE. I'll say that there'll be less than 10% of people, less than 1%, I'd say, that are going to switch over just for WWE. I subscribe to Peacock because they have The Office. That got 30 million people to sign up for it. But for $5, you really can't beat it. Also, I don't like, there's no in your house pay-per-views on Peacock yet. Not a fan of that.
It's going to be a gradual transition.
They said they're actually gonna have live viewing, so you can pause and fast forward and all that stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool that they're gonna add all that too.
Well, not at launch. That's going to be before SummerSlam. So
this is gonna be way later.
If you watch WrestleMania and you are out and you're like, oh, I'll just watch it, when it's on, you're gonna miss most of the show because you can't rewind it.
Oof.
You can't pause it right now, which sucks.
Ouch. Guys,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Anyways, let's talk about FastLane, guys.
let's get those predictions.
I don't know if you wanted to bring up what happened today.
What happened today?
What happened
on this day?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
That's actually, you know what? Save that for FastLane, because that's going to tie into the predictions.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to tie into that. So we'll get into that because all this stuff is
nice setup, Bob.
FastLane. Good setup though. I like where you're going with it, but this all ties into FastLane.
Bob gets some producer credit for this episode.
So FastLane is this Sunday. Why? Last WWE Network pay-per-view, and then we're on the way to WrestleMania. So as of today, there's 7 matches announced. I'm gonna go ahead and go from the bottom top. So let's go ahead and start with the United States Championship match, and that's Matt Riddle versus Mustafa Ali.
A match that happened on Raw already.
It already happened on Raw. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a rematch.
Who won that match, Drew?
Riddle won the match.
And to be honest with you, a lot of the matches that are happening on this show, they've been running through them for the last like 2.5 weeks, and the people have been matching with each other. So I don't just what is going on?
I think the only new match is Nakamura and Rollins.
Yeah,
they kind of went at it like in SmackDown, but like not in a match.
Yeah, that's the only new match that we're really
excited
seeing.
for that match too, though.
Absolutely.
That's a crazy pairing. About time.
But yeah, Mustafa Ali, I don't know, man. I think they need to just blow up Retribution already, get him away from this.
Agree.
But I could see him winning this match. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Mustafa Ali, Matt Riddle with the help of Retribution. They've been losing for months every week, and I mean it's no secret that they've been losing for months because Mustafa keeps yelling at Retribution like, you failed me for the last time. And then next week happens, and then you failed me for the last time. I feel like this is a way you can get Mustafa on and Riddle to run it back at, maybe in like a ladder match at Mania. I don't know.
That could be a possibility.
Riddle's
2 nights.
Matt Riddle to me has been the United States Championship has done nothing for him. I feel like Mustafa could really benefit from being the champ and being able to brag and, rise his stock up. When I see a United States champion, I don't want him coming out on a Raider scooter talking about, and then I went off the lip and I was like, he literally did this on Raw.
Jesus.
So I'm going with Mustafa.
I guess I'll go next.
Go for it, Brian.
I want to go with Mustafa too, and I think all his complaining and his stiff shoot promos are gonna help him. Like I think he can elevate this title too. He's a great talent. Definitely a great wrestler. I think he's a perfect package to elevate this and maybe elevate his career and either disband Retribution or elevate that piece of shit too.
Or elevate it. Make it seem like, you have your putty patrol in front of you.
Right.
But you're always going to hold that title because you're going to have to fight my putties first.
Exactly.
And then make my monster grow, and then my dick gets hard. You know, it's a lot of things going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And this can give retribution credibility too. So definitely, let's go, Mustafa.
Go for a dick.
All right. So while Bobby gains his composure, Matt Riddle
Is Bobby corpsing?
He's corpsing right now. Oh my
Send for the
God.
man.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Send for the man.
We are nowhere near professional here, folks.
I like to pop the boys.
Yeah. Oh man. Matt Riddle, you know, he has the championship, but to me, I don't know what's up with, you know, if there's something about, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it at the moment.
And I love Matt Riddle too.
I love Matt Riddle too. I just think right now, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking from WWE logic standpoint. They had a match on Raw. Matt Riddle won. To me, tells me that Ali's going to win this Sunday. So I'm going to go with Ali.
Hell yeah.
I think we're gonna all agree. I think Mustafa Ali would. I think he'd benefit more from it because it does nothing for Riddle. I don't.
And Riddle doesn't really even need it, really.
No.
Ali needs it. Ali needs something to hold on to because he's drowning right now. He needs something. He's his life preserver.
Most definitely, and it sucks because we love Riddle. There's nothing bad about him. It's just that there's no story with him and the belt. He just literally just got it. I don't get the whole thing like he got it just for the hell of it. I think. And
rumor was it needed to come off Lashley anyways, and it was supposed to be Keith Lee with the title, but whatever happened with Keith Lee that he's dealing with is keeping him away from that. So. Have Ali win it, and then have Keith Lee come and get it from him. Run through the Bloody Patrol, make him roll.
That'll be a dope ass match.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I'll say this though. I think there might be, if Keith Lee does come back in time for WrestleMania, I do expect maybe a triple threat match involving those three.
I'd be down.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I could absolutely see that happening.
All right, let's move on. Up next, Shinsuke Nakamura, the king of strong style, versus the Monday Night Messiah, Savior of SmackDown?
That's on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Seth Rollins. Bobby, why don't you go first on this one?
I don't know how I feel about this. I like the whole Seth Rollins thing that's going on right now, but does anybody remember that Nakamura was supposed to have a championship match? And he didn't. I thought he was supposed to get a championship match, and they kind of sidelined that for a different storyline.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
I don't know. At least that's where my memory is, and he's been gone.
I don't think he was supposed to have a title match, but if he was, I wouldn't be surprised either. But go on.
But I don't know. It seems like Seth Rollins is kind of picking at everyone, and now he's got Nakamura on his case. So okay, cool. But I would assume that Seth Rollins wins this because they got to keep pushing him up. Nakamura, he's been kind of sidelined for a while. I would love Nakamura to win, but I think that Seth is going to win. So I'll go Seth.
All right. Dick?
I'll go. So it's interesting that they did have that segment on SmackDown, and they're going to have this match on FastLane. I was hoping they would save it for WrestleMania, because I think that would have been a great WrestleMania match. Because the truth of the matter is, what is going to be, I think, and the reason why I say this is because it all depends on the outcome of the main event on Sunday. That this would be a great WrestleMania match. I would have loved to see these two wrestled, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, even. It would have been a great WrestleMania match, but I somehow get the feeling that this might end up being, they may end up doing it. I don't know. We'll see. If that's the case, I think you're going to go with Seth having the first win, having the initial win. So I'm going to go with Seth on this one. Because I think you want to rebuild Seth up to be up in that tier.
Yeah, I mean, Seth really hasn't done anything since he came back. With that being said, I'll go. He's still got bigger fish to fry with Cesaro, and I think this is the match to get Rollins and Cesaro at Mania. So I'm gonna go Seth Rollins because I think him and Cesaro are destined to fight at WrestleMania, and Cesaro needs a Mania match. So sign me up for that. Nakamura is gonna have a great showing, but it's gonna be Seth getting the win with maybe Murphy help. I don't know where Murphy's at. I don't know.
This one's kind of tough because I think the push for Nakamura is still alive. It's just they're trying to figure out where to go with it. Because Cesaro and Rollins look like that's a match that's gonna happen, and for that reason, I think Nakamura wins with some sort of Cesaro interruption of some sort, or who knows what. Because you know how the Cesaro Nakamura relationship was there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And both, if I think best case scenario for everybody involved, Nakamura wins, Seth Rollins loses a dirty finish, and then we can move on to Mania storylines, which I'm interested what they're gonna do with Nakamura for Mania, but hopefully maybe Daniel Bryan and him or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go Nakamura.
I think that depends on the main event and what they're gonna go with the main event.
All right, let's move along. This one's weird. Go on.
I was about ready to mention it, and I think you and I are going to mention this match. Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton.
Oh my god! Why is this even going on still?
I'm all about this match though. I'll go first since I love it.
Go ahead.
I'm actually really interested in this match.
Can you explain to me, Byron, before you do, explain to me what happened on Raw to set up this match?
Who knows? And I think that's part of the fun about it. Like it's unpredictable. That's all I need to know. It's
Alexa challenged him, and Randy's like, "I accept. I'm gonna kick your head off." That was it.
Right. And for that reason, I remember that little spiel where he had the nasty blood come out of his mouth, which is totally stupid, but totally 80s wrestling, of voodoo shit. But like, I think I'm gonna go with Randy Orton, and then the Fiend will come for his ass at WrestleMania. Although it can even happen now, and then what Fiend's coming obviously in some capacity. So I'm gonna go with Orton here.
I don't even think this match is gonna start. I think this is just gonna be
no contest, huh?
The Fiend coming back, no contest. Fiend coming back, fucking up Randy Orton, and then we have our Mania match on this nothing pay-per-view that could have been set up on Raw. So I'm gonna go no contest on this one.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
You're not gonna. They've never had an intergender match like where there's actual violence against a woman from a man. Even when last month when Reginald had a match with Sasha Banks, he got zero offense in. They're not gonna let Randy Orton kick Alexa Bliss's head off. So no contest.
You know what? You're missing one thing, Drew.
What?
Fiend pointing to the WrestleMania sign.
Oh yeah, that's obviously going to happen. But I want to know what the Fiend's going to look like. Like I said, I would like for his like mask to be melted, like some kind of disfigurement to be going on. Maybe shave his head. I don't know.
Like he's wearing what's his name from Dark Knight, Two-Face. He's wearing his burnt suit, and it's all like tattered and burned and everything.
Yeah, something.
So dope.
Yeah. So I mean, even if there is a contest, I could see the Alexa Bliss pinning Randy Orton, which would not be good either.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think it's gonna be a no contest. I don't think that this match is gonna even happen. I think there's gonna be shenanigans, and the Fiend is gonna show up, and that's gonna be the match. And the Randy Orton's gonna get murdered, and then it's WrestleMania. But yeah, I don't see either one of these people winning. I see the Fiend winning. So yes. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'll go Fiend.
Does the Fiend dress up as Alexa Bliss?
That'd be weird.
God,
he's a lot bigger. Movie magic or what?
I want to see him with like pigtails and.
She's gonna be standing there like turned around like from her back, and then he's gonna like turn, and it's gonna be the Fiend
in like her like bikini top and like little shorts. Sign me up for that.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be hilarious.
He's gonna look like my clothes burned off this way.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if the Fiend is a cross-dresser, so I wouldn't be the least bit surprised.
It's a they.
Come on now.
It's 2021, man. Got to keep up.
Oh man.
What you got, Jake?
Well, I think I you know what? I'm almost certain that the Fiend will get involved somehow. And for them having a match, if they actually do have a match, I don't see WWE doing any type of offense where Orton gets any type of offense in, except maybe an RKO, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. But it's going to lead to the Fiend and Orton in WrestleMania somehow. So I think I'm going to go. I think if they do wrestle, I think it's going to be Orton, one RKO, and that's it. And then out comes the Fiend to set up the WrestleMania match. So I'm going to go with Orton on this one.
All right. Up next.
Although, to be fair, I'm going against my better judgment.
I mean, yeah, this match is just it's a bizarre match.
It is.
Up next, Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus in a no holds barred match. We just got this match, last week on Raw?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
So FastLane,
Cool.
I guess is it my turn to go first?
Yeah, I went first.
Sure.
Last one. Yeah.
All right. So Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. That's already announced for WrestleMania. You got to keep Drew strong, I think, in this situation. Sheamus is gonna eat another pin, I think, and it's gonna be a drag out fight. These two guys just work good together. They had a match last week and the week before, I think. So this is like the third time. So Drew McIntyre, you got to build him up for Bob Lash. So I'm gonna go with Andrew McIntyre for this one.
Good old Andrew. I guess I'll go. Fuck it. Oh wait, you.
Before you do, Byron, I just want to ask: Are they 1-1, and this would be the rubber match where whoever wins?
Of course it is. I don't know.
I think I don't remember, but this match has a lot of intrigue though for a lot of reasons because Sheamus has to find somewhere to be in WrestleMania because obviously he's going to be at Mania. He's one of like the guys that you probably want on the poster, but I think Sheamus wins in a weird way and tries to either squeeze himself in the main event or because who else would if there is indeed fans at Wrestle, which they are obviously, like he's a perfect scapegoat to eat a pin.
That's true.
So I'm gonna say Sheamus somehow wins this match in some weird way. So
gold, baby.
Okay.
I want the gold.
So you're going with Sheamus, all right? Bobby.
You know, I didn't think about that. You kind of have a point. I would love to see a triple threat match just for the hell of it.
The Sheamus is the ultimate audible.
Yeah, that's wow. I didn't really think about it. I was just gonna go Drew McIntyre because there's no way. But I do think you have something going there, and I think that Sheamus could win this, and then Drew McIntyre losing, like that's kind of like
maybe Bobby beats the shit out of Drew. Like who's the heel here? Because I think Bobby's some face heat right now, right? Is it just me, or does Bobby seem
Bobby
like
Lashley's a heel?
Yeah, Bobby's supposed to be the heel, but
well,
it's
maybe he'll beat his shit.
I'm gonna go Drew McIntyre. I think that they got to keep him strong, but I mean, they could still toss Sheamus into the match, and I would be perfectly fine with it.
Unless Robert Lashley comes in and fucks up Drew McIntyre with Sheamus to really build up, the underdog story of Drew McIntyre. I can see that happening too with Sheamus winning.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. I don't know. I think they're both going to beat the shit out of each other. That's for damn sure. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. So that's something. I don't know, man. Like I think the question is, I might as well ask this question now. I was going to save it for the main event. Do you think that one of the matches, I mean, I'm talking about one of the top championship matches will be a triple threat match.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about this last week too. I feel like you have to do a triple threat with Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Edge.
Or this. So
see, I'm more inclined to think that. Oh man, I don't know. Like this is. I get the feeling one of them, and both should not be triple threat matches. By the way,
no, I like one-on-one heavyweight championship title match.
One of them, yeah. I don't know which one though, and I don't know. I'm gonna go with Drew on this one because I think it is gonna be Drew and Bobby Lashley, and you could make the argument with going with Sheamus as a triple threat match for Mania. Let me ask you another question. Do you think the WWE title would be the end of night 2 in WrestleMania?
Who?
You'd have the Universal Championship on night 1.
No, I think the reverse.
Edge.
So
Edge return WrestleMania.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Edge and Reigns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the main
I
event.
think so.
For night 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the money match. All right, so
I'm gonna go with Drew.
Okay. Up next, let's just go with this one. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. The rematch from the last pay-per-view. I don't know. This is
Yeah, this
So
is clearly. I think
Thursday they had the flip around of each of them battling each other.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, what? Like, I don't get this.
they had two
Reginald's
singles
getting
matches.
tossed around to like 3 different groups.
What a slut.
For real. I'm like, what's going on with that guy? I mean, what's going to be weird is if they get the belts, but then Bianca and Sasha have to battle it out at Mania.
I don't like it.
I don't like it at all.
You don't need another Sasha 2 straps or Sasha 2 belts.
But even then, she wouldn't. Do you think that? So you think Bianca would lose at Mania
No.
if they
Maybe.
did get the tag teams? It's
That's why
weird,
these
right?
matches
It's an
stupid.
odd one. It's such a weird match. There's so many other people in this. We've talked about this. WWE has so much talent, yet they keep running the same matches over and over and over again. And it's infuriating to see this match even happen. They could have had anybody else besides Sasha and Bianca, but for some reason they're in this match.
Which is why the women's tag team division just doesn't work. There's not enough women.
Because they keep breaking them up.
And they keep breaking them up. This could be the Riot Squad. This could be anybody else to give them something to do. But Sasha and Bianca, that story's already being told. There's no need for any of this extra stuff. I'm the baddest. Well, I'm the boss. Let's see who's better. That's the match.
Yeah.
You don't need to be adding Reginald and Nia Jax. You don't need any of this extra stuff. This could be a different legit tag team being in this match. Anyways, Let me get off my soapbox.
Anyways, I'm going to go just Nia and Shayna just because I would not want Sasha and Bianca to have the belts. So.
All right.
Same. I'll go second. I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Shayna manga.
I too am gonna go with Shayna and Nia.
I hope nobody gets hurt. That's all I care about.
Yeah, it's what's funny was that on SmackDown, I'm almost certain that when they opened the show with Sasha versus Nia, did they announce that it was gonna be for the women's championship?
They did not.
Or was
They
that
did
an
not,
untitled
but they
match?
kept saying it during the match.
Well, they announced it, but I didn't know that it was for the title until they did the in-ring introductions. I was like, wait a second, this is a title match?
And
So
why
it
is
was
she
a
getting a
title
title match?
Why was she getting a title match?
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
title match, but they weren't saying it before. They said it during the match, when they were all coming out. And I was just like, wait, what? Why is Nia getting a title shot? What did she do? My head was about to explode. Anyways, go on, Dick.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's what was confusing because no, it's fine because I was confused by that because I was under the impression that it was a non-title match, and then they announced that it was being a title match. Yet it's Sasha versus Bianca at Mania. Mentioned like, well, whoever wins the match is going to WrestleMania to face Bianca Belair. That was very confusing. So that's why I wanted to ask. So having said that, there's no way they're going to take the belts off of Nia and Shayna and have Sasha and Bianca wrestle as champions for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I don't see it happening. I think you're going to see the beginning of the breakup between Sasha and Bianca. In fact, you might even see Sasha turn heel in this match. So I'm going to go Nia and Shayna.
Interesting at the end of the Bianca and Shayna match, Natalya and Tamina for some reason got involved. So there's another thing that's going on for why we don't know. Yeah. This company, man. Anyway,
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's keep the show moving. Match I'm really excited for: Big E versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship.
Ooh, baby.
Sign me up for this. Inject it into my veins. Byron, I want you to go first on this one, right? It's your turn.
Yes, Byron.
I'll go with because again, Andrade take notes about Apollo. I mean, like he's built himself up again. Like he was patient. He worked his way out. Got a crazy Nigerian accent back, and then now he's relevant as he's ever been. If he wins this title, it would be amazing for him. But we need some faces to win at Mania. I don't see that happening. So I think Apollo wins here, then Big E gets it back at Mania.
I agree. I think
title.
If you do this with, the new character change and the new persona, that his first match, big match on a pay-per-view, you have him lose would already bury him. Not bury, but it would be a disservice to this new character. And he came off like a badass. He didn't smile once, which was awesome. He just had this mean look on his face the whole time. I was like, fuck, man, these guys really hate each other. Great job. So Apollo needs to win this match. So I'm going with Apollo on this one.
Go for it, Dick.
Yeah. Same thing. I think that's what's going to happen with Apollo. I think Apollo's going to win. I mean, I was really intrigued by the promo work on SmackDown between those two. So, Bobby?
I think there's going to be a big blow off at Mania with these two, and I feel like they should have swapped it and had this be the no holds bar match. But now I'm thinking that's going to be at Mania for sure. And Apollo needs to win this. Like, I think he needs it, and he's going to shove it, to Big E and say, ha ha ha, I got the belt now. I'm the king. The storyline is so great. I hope that they keep going with this and don't screw it up. So I got to go Apollo Crews. I'm loving everything they're doing with it. Like Byron said, take notes, Andrade. Take notes, Ricochet. Take notes, Aleister Black.
Patient, wait your turn. It'll happen.
Wait your turn, dude. Start taking notes and try to create a character so you can go to Vince and say, "This is my idea."
Right.
Hey, did you go already?
Yeah, I already said Apollo.
Okay.
So that leaves us with the Universal title match, and this is really where I think this is where we're gonna hopefully see where the road to WrestleMania will lead to. And that's Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. On SmackDown, Edge and Jey Uso did have a match, and whoever won the match was going to be the enforcer. Edge did win via spear. And
Edge looked awesome.
Edge looked awesome, and at the end of the show, Roman Reigns laid out both Daniel Bryan and Edge. So this leads us to this match, and what will happen come WrestleMania. This is going to be very interesting. I'm going to let you guys go first because I want to hear what your guys' opinion is regarding this matter. who's going to win, number one. And number two, what's the WrestleMania main event going to be? Because I think we talked about it earlier, but I think now we have this match included. This gives us a better idea of what the two main event matches are going to be.
Who wants to go first?
Is it my turn? On this.
Let Bobby go first. Or
oh yeah.
You know,
by the way,
no, you go first because this ties into what we were saying earlier.
On this day, this is a cool little segment that I completely forgot we were doing.
You're trying to bring it up, damn it.
I know, my bad. Literally, 3 years to the day, Daniel Bryan was cleared to return to in-ring action after what? How many years of?
Was it like 5?
Trying to come back.
Yeah,
every
like
doctor he could. Just being sidelined basically for concussions and things like that. The company wouldn't allow him to come back, and here he is, 3 years to the day. He's getting a WWE Universal title match in the main event at a pay-per-view, not WrestleMania, but it's close enough. So this was your
very, very appropriate. That is. So you want to go for it, Drew? Since
all right, I think it's
a little facet.
I think it's my turn. Daniel Bryan is not going to win this match, unfortunately. And I think Edge is going to have a lot to do with it. They did make it very clear that Edge is going to be the special enforcer with referee capabilities, I guess, privileges. And I think Edge is going to want to keep this him versus Roman. He doesn't want to fight Daniel Bryan. He's made that very clear. He wants to fight Roman Reigns. And Daniel Bryan is going to probably have the win in hand. Edge is going to spear Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns, he's going to count the pin against Roman Reigns. And maybe we'll get Daniel Bryan versus Edge later on. But I think Daniel Bryan is going to get screwed in this match. And you're going to have Edge versus Roman Reigns. I don't think if that happens, that's definitely not a good move if you want to build a babyface Edge against a heel Roman Reigns.
Right. That sounds like Edge is going to turn.
It sounds like it, but he can always be like, you know what? I never said I was a good guy. I'm the ultimate opportunist, and that was my opportunity to solidify the match that I wanted, that I deserved, that I won in the Royal Rumble. Something like that. But he's kind of been coming off like a baby ever since Daniel Bryan kind of, got into this situation. So we'll see. I don't know. I think that's what's going to happen.
I'm gonna go.
Byron, go for it.
Yeah, let Byron go.
I'm gonna go with. It's a FastLane tradition for Daniel Bryan to lose to Roman Reigns, because what it is. So I'm gonna pick Roman. Yeah, I don't know how to do it, but Roman has to keep winning. Period. To be that guy. So Roman Reigns in some weird fashion. Maybe the Usos both come out or something. Because I know Jimmy's close.
Yeah, hasn't been around for a while. So is it main event Jey Uso and opening match Jimmy Uso? Is that what's going to happen when he comes back? dark match Jimmy Uso?
Oh my God.
I wanted to. I know Roman Waynes is gonna win this.
I love Roman Waynes.
But it sucks because Daniel Bryan, I'm so glad he's come back. On this day, he's given us. He's given us so many great characters when he came back, and I loved his gotta save the earth. I wish they would have kept going with that. It's sad that they turned that, and us as stupid wrestling fans, we still love them. But it sucks because I feel like he should win. He got screwed, but there's no way he's gonna win. He has to lose. And Roman Reigns has to keep going with his win and keep moving up the ladder. And it's going to be Edge and Roman at Mania. So it's going to be Roman Reigns.
I love Daniel Bryan, but it's just this is what we got to do right now.
Just don't give any concussions, though.
Yeah, don't beat him. Don't kill him too much. He's gonna beat his ass. He's gonna get his ass beat.
Please.
Whatever.
Maybe go after his back or his legs. Just stay away from his head, dude.
Yeah,
Arm, maybe his arm. Go after
maybe
his
arm.
Yeah.
But the one that wasn't losing feeling, the right arm. Go for the right arm.
This is a tough situation. This is a tough situation, really, that they kind of put themselves in the corner. Going back to Edge, Edge is an idiot. Why is he complaining about Daniel Bryan being involved? You're guaranteed a match at Mania, regardless of who's champion, whether it's Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns.
It's very true. I mean,
I never understood.
And maybe he can be like, well, that's the match I wanted. I didn't want Daniel Bryan. I wanted Roman Reigns. I guess, but I don't know. Why are you mad? Bro?
Cool story, bro. You're still going after the belt.
That didn't make sense right there, and I just thought that made Edge's character look like an idiot. Like, dude, you're getting a title shot regardless. It doesn't matter who it's against. We've
said this many times.
I think if he does any of these shenanigans,
we've said this many times. The faces are stupid.
Yeah,
basically stupid. So. Yeah, go on. I'm sorry. I just had to say that. We've said it many times.
No. It is what it is. But I don't know. I'll say this. I know for sure Roman should keep the belt on Roman for as long as you need to. I don't think he should lose the belt at Mania at all. Mm-mm. I don't think this match should be a triple threat match. Because I think if you put Daniel Bryan in there, then the fans are, especially with an audience, you're giving the illusion that Daniel Bryan's going to win. Now, this year may not be a bad idea if Roman Reigns is going to retain the belt. I don't see Edge winning the belt at Mania. I don't see Daniel Bryan winning the belt at Mania. So keep Daniel Bryan away from the belt. Honestly, this is what they should have done. Save Daniel Bryan for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Save it for SummerSlam.
It still happened too.
That's
it. It
could still happen too, but I think it would have been more impactful if they waited a couple months and have a throwaway opponent for Roman for this situation, like a Shinsuke Nakamura or a Cesaro. You could use those guys for now. So I don't think this is going to be a triple threat match. I think the WWE title will be a triple threat match more than likely over this, because you want Roman to leave Mania as a champion. I think that's the end goal. He should not lose the belt. Roman's going to win. I think that's going to be the case. And Daniel Bryan can come back to SummerSlam, like Byron said. I think that is a possibility, but I just don't like him being put in that position where you tease the fans, where he's going to he may win and then just pull it away from him. But maybe this will work. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see how this plays out.
Because even if it is a triple threat at Mania with Bryan, Edge, and Roman would be the sympathetic babyface because it's essentially a handicap match. Right. So you can't do that.
Yeah, but I don't think. But you know what though? Roman's heel work has been so amazing that I don't think he's any. I mean, he may get cheers from the smart fans, but I think that he's to the point where he won't get any cheers. He's a guy you love to hate now.
Yeah. Well, those are our predictions, guys. What do you think? That cue means the end of the show is here. Thank you so much. This is a long one, guys. Thank you so much for listening, downloading, telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your friends' neighbors. Be sure to watch the pay-per-view coming up next week, tomorrow. And then we'll be back next week with our recap and our thoughts, and we'd be officially on the road to WrestleMania. Thank you so much again. We are the new World Order Professional Podcasting, and we will see you next time.
Bye guys.
Oh, man.